lowdown. I think people are doing the over. There's become this little ripple of discontent, and people are sort of. I hope he's not listening to it. I hope he's not hearing it. I hope he's not getting it from people around him, because I think he's. You only have to look at the. We haven't conceded many goals this season compared to a lot of the teams around us.
You are listening to Total Sport here on BBC Radio Newcastle, 7:33 now.
Total Sport North East.
BBC Radio Newcastle.
No, I'll do team news if you want.
Oh, okay then. You can do team news. Right then, so Newcastle are away to West Ham in the Premier League tonight. Kick-off is at 8 p.m. Matthew Raisbeck, cross that out. John Anderson can remind us of the team news.
Yeah, change of goal. Nick Pope comes back in, and we were worried about who was going to come in on that left side, and it's Harvey Barnes who gets the nod on that left side. Joe Willock has to settle for a place on the bench, and there's also a place on the bench for young Sean Neve as well.
Thank you very much. Not as slick as Razor, but equally effective, Ando, I would say.
Cheers, Brady.
Where's he gone anyway?
I've no idea.
Sunderland's head coach Regis Labrie says Patrick Roberts should be available to start against Preston North End tomorrow evening. Roberts limped off midway through the first half of their 2-1 win over Cardiff on Saturday. Cody Gakpo has taken part in Liverpool training ahead of their Champions League last 16 second leg tie against Paris Saint-Germain tomorrow. Liverpool have a 1-0 lead from the first leg last week, somehow. Anyway, Gakpo missed that match and Saturday's win over Southampton because of an ankle injury, but may well be available for tomorrow and therefore also for Sunday. Now, Nottingham Forest have lost their appeal against the £750,000 fine for a social media post criticising video assistant referee Stuart Atwell. They were fined by the FA in October for an attack on the integrity of a match official on an unparalleled scale. Now, the Football Governance Bill could become law by the summer. This is something that we have talked about on this programme this season. According to English Football League Chairman Rick Parry, who we heard from actually as part of that feature as well, the bill, which was reintroduced by the Labour government in October, will reach its report stage on Tuesday when it will be examined in the House of Lords. Now, the former Newcastle forward Alexander Mitrovic missed training with Al Hilal because of an abnormal heart rhythm. Local media have reported the 30-year-old was taken to hospital after scoring for the Saudi Pro League champions in a 2-0 win at Al Fayha on Friday. And in tennis, Great Britain's Katie Boulter and Cameron Norrie were knocked out at Indian Wells as they suffered straight sets defeats in the third round. The British women's number one Boulter was beaten 6-love, 7-5 by the 7th seed Elena Rybakina in California. And British men's number 2 Norrie, who is also a big Newcastle fan and will be looking forward to the weekend, no doubt. He lost 6-3, 7-5 to the 10th seed Tommy Paul, which I guess also means now he won't have another match to prepare for, so he'll be able to watch tonight's game. Sure, they'll be showing it somewhere in California.
Got a ticket for Sunday, has he?
That might be it, yeah. That might be it. So
Get an early exit.
Slips to defeat and means he can go to the game now. Yes. Couple of quick Sunderland messages, Marco, before we say adios to you. Paula says, my ender was excellent again, but it was a shame that we couldn't get a second goal in the first half. I was disappointed with Patterson's lack of command of his box, leading to Cardiff's equaliser. I think our opposition target him whenever they get corners, and they seem to be able to bully him at every opportunity.
Well, as I said earlier, I think they do. I think they do that, but that's to do with the lack of height, and our average height compared to most teams is quite significant, and I think that is an issue, that you haven't got lots of people around him. Our fullbacks have been great, but compared to a lot of teams, the back four are all 6'1", 6'2", whereas we've got two. Often our fullbacks are much smaller than that, so it makes a big difference. And you look at the lad in midfield for Carl Crooks. He's always a bit of a rampager, a bit any skirmishes in the middle of the park. He always comes out on top a lot because of his height and his long legs and all those issues. But that means that you're going to come under pressure at set pieces, and then it falls on the goalkeeper.
And Paul in Durham says, well said, Marco, regarding our goalkeeper. We need to get behind all of our players and just remember where we were 3 years ago. That's Paul's simple message. Thank you, Marco. Good to have you back.
Yes, nice to be back. And
I'm sure you're looking forward to tomorrow night's game. So, we'll look forward to tomorrow night's show when you can build up to it.
John.
Thank you very
Cheers,
much, Marco.
All the best, mate.
Talking of safe travels, this one from Richard, this message says, Simon, I noticed the last trains from King's Cross tonight, I don't know what time they go, but they've been replaced by buses, says Richard. That's not going to go down too well if anyone's catching the late train back, is it?
No.
I don't know when the last one is, but...
I don't know when the last one is either.
You wouldn't want to be getting a bus to Stevenage or whatever, would you?
No, you would not.
No. You'll be staying over, won't you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Living the life of Riley.
Oh, yes, yeah.
In London tonight, I would have thought. And this one says, I'm predicting a tough score draw tonight for Newcastle. However, I want to thank you both in advance, that's you two, Razor and Ando, for some tremendous commentary, because you guys always deliver, so thank you. So now you're going to have to deliver, because you've already been thanked.
No pressure there.
Who's that from?
There's no name on it, ending 562, the number.
Okay, well, thank you very much, and
That was me.
yeah. It's nice to know the service we provide is appreciated. We can't do anything about what happens on the pitch. We can only give it to you as it is and as it happens. Hopefully, it will go as well as it did a couple of years ago. They won 5-1 here 2 seasons ago.
Yes.
Any sort of win tonight would be all right, wouldn't it? And I know you've just debated the game Friday. We've discussed it with supporters. I don't sense a huge amount of belief and confidence. I mean, the away end isn't anywhere near full at the moment. Neither are the home sections. It's sparsely populated with 20 minutes to go to kick-off. I don't think Newcastle or West Ham fans are relishing Monday night football, but it could end up being an incredible 90 minutes. That's the beauty of it, isn't it? You just never know what's going to happen, and that's why we love football, and that's why it's often so hard to predict.
That's why it is the beautiful game. At half-time, you hear from Amanda Stavely, so that's going to be of great interest. And if you're into your horses, or even if you're not, you might well be into Cheltenham. So we'll preview Cheltenham at half-time in the game tonight. We'll react as well to the match after the final whistle has blown, so we'll be on air until 10:30 this evening. But kick-off is now around about 20 minutes away, so I will leave it to Ando and Razor to take you up to kick-off after this.
Chili Hope.